Hello people, welcome to Understanding Child Abuse with Araoye Blessing. So nice to be here. I'm still talking on sexual abuse. As I said in my previous video, there are 3 types of sexual abuse: the physical contact sexual abuse, the visual sexual abuse, and the verbal sexual abuse. I will be talking about the third one in this video, which is the verbal sexual abuse. Verbal sexual abuse is the use of sexual languages, sexual jokes, or describing of sexual acts to a child. It also affects the child the same way the other forms of abuse affect the child. The use of my wife, my husband. Some parents laugh over it when their neighbors or their family members or anybody calls their children my wife, and they think it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny. I don't know why they laugh over it. And the children too, because they have not been empowered, they've not been told that it is wrong, they too, they laugh over it. It is sexual abuse. Don't allow anyone, whoever, no matter how close they are to you, to call your children their wife or husband. It is wrong. Because when you are not there, they can take advantage of such your children. Because yes, and the child might fall for it. Because in your presence, he'll be calling them my wife, my husband. So that's why you should not allow anybody to call your children my wife or my husband. They are not married. I don't know when children became married. It irritates me when I hear some people call the children their wife or their husband. I'm always against it. Okay? And then other sexual languages are like hot. Some parents call their children they are hot. Maybe the child is dancing and say, oh wow, you are so hot. What is hot? It's a sexual language. It should not be used on children. Some parents even go as far as dressing their children, putting makeup, eyelashes and everything because they want to take birthday photo shoots. And at the end of the day, they'll say, oh, my daughter is hot. That is sexual language. I'm using sexual languages on the children and it affects them the same way. I hope you have learned something about verbal sexual abuse. It affects the child the same way every other child abuse affects them. It makes this particular type of child abuse makes the children vulnerable to sexual predators. That's why we should avoid them entirely. Tell people around you, people living with your children, people you leave your children with, that they should not use sexual languages around your children. Because these days, so many adults don't even care whether there is any child around them. They use sexual languages, say sexual talks in the presence of these children. Not knowing that these children, they hear these things, you think they don't hear. And it affects them the same way. It makes them vulnerable. That's just what it does. Especially these verbals, it makes them vulnerable to sexual predators. I hope to see you in my next video, as I'll be talking about the 4th major form of child abuse, which is child neglect. Thank you for watching. Continue to send your comments and likes. I appreciate them. Thank you.